Well, guys, it's been a year.
Yay!
Year of videos on YouTube. I know the first ones weren't really like structured in any real way, shape, or form. We've kind of been bumbling our way to a success just a little bit. I would call it successful to have one person watching us. So, you know, first and foremost, thanks to everybody who's joined us along for the ride, and for the
especially
folks
that one person who dislikes all our videos. Thanks to you, dude.
For the like 130 subscribers and all the nice comments you all leave, and for tagging us in videos and all sorts of shit, just kind of having us as part of the community. It's been a real pleasure to be a part of. You guys are wonderful and make the fragrance journey as it is all the more interesting to be a part of here. So first and foremost, thanks. Secondarily, we're starting off the year with a new
collection
video, which is what you're watching right now.
Yeah.
So that's going to be super exciting. You're going to get to see our new layout for our perfumes.
Yep.
And all the new perfumes we have in the collection, all that fancy stuff.
It's changed a lot since last year, folks.
It's changed a ton, and I think that's going to be part of the cool thing, is that it's about, you know, reviewing fragrances and talking about interesting things in association with perfume, but it's also about showing
and the journey.
A journey, yeah. And I think that's going to be really cool to be able to share with you guys. As you know, we learned to build our collection up watching other fragrance reviewers and their collections and what they did. So too, kind of, we hope to be able to help folks out in a similar regard. But the other thing to keep in note is, as we're entering our new season here, you're going to notice some changes that are going to be occurring in our videos.
Retain your things up.
So keep on the lookout for that. But as for now, we just wanted to say thanks again. Thanks for being you guys. You guys are swell.
Super swell.
Now let's get on with the collection. Well, guys, here it is. This is the collection as it exists now. It's gotten a lot different, obviously, from the last time that you guys were here and saw it. You know, you're kind of looking at an overview right now. There's also decants and some bottles we're looking at swapping, and down here we've also got this is, I'd say, probably like 5/6 of our samples. We've also got a bunch out kind of right now that we're testing around. And way up and above the ordeal here is kind of all the boxes of perfume. You know, we've got the boxes that all of our perfumes have come in thus far, and you know, just kind of keep them up there for a rainy day. And up here on the top here, we've got like a map of New York here that's got a bunch of Bond No. 9 fragrances on it, which, despite not really liking the house, it's cool to have. And we've got this sample set for the Histoire de Parfum, and we've got Killian information here, and all these carded samples from Zoologist and MFK kind of just line our collection up here. And then you get to the actual collection itself. So it's sorted by color somewhat. So up at the top here, we've got some memorable faces and some new ones. So here we've got Costume National 21. This guy, as you guys know, is that weird synthetic cashmere amber that we love so much. Right?
Right.
Right. Back here, then, we've got Rasazi's Al Wassam pour Homme.
Nom nom nom.
The vintage, you know, original rare 3.33 fluid ounces. You know, the Silver Mountain water smell-alike. Here we've got Chance by Chanel, Eau Tendre. This is the Parfum Eau de Lolita, as we know it by in this house. Back here we've got Serge Latton's Gris Clair, which is pretty wonderful. A lavender and incense-based perfume. Then over here we've got Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Aqua Vita Forte, probably his best lemon creation in my estimation currently. And we've got the one we just reviewed here, Carvan or Carven Le Intense, which is pretty amazing. It's, you know, that Sweet Fougere dealio, also by Francis Kurkdjian, crazily enough. Here we've got Chloe's Roses, which is that interesting hairspray rose deal.
It doesn't last, but I love it.
It doesn't last, but she loves it. That's what it is. And then we've got So Oud's Newer here, which is
The lipstick bottle.
which is so fine. It's so fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, amazing leather perfume, really. On the second row here, we've got Gucci Pour Homme 2. This is the myrrh and tea and cinnamon monster. Great for those frosty winter morns and springtime joys. We've got Guerlain's Vetiver Extreme.
Without a cap.
Without a cap, yeah, one of these little shits up here because it's a tester, but my God, one of the greatest vetivers you'll ever smell. Alongside the original vetiver. It just changes things up a little bit to where I like them just a little bit more. We've got Atelier Cologne's Trèfle Pure Orange and classic Italian cologne going on in here. Just amazing, really great summertime fragrance. You've got Couronne Pour un Homme. It's that Play-Doh lavender.
Yay, Play-Doh.
Amazing shit. Truly amazing. Over here, we've got Palais Jamace Etro. Really beautiful bottle. Yeah, really weird. Kind of how Encre Noir is that earthy vetiver. This is that vetivery earth. Really kind of interesting. Over here, we've got Imaginary Authors Cape Heartache with all the notes listed on the back. This is one of the early formations, vintage. This is the 30 ml bottle, which they have stopped making, which is kind of sad. Back here we've got Mugler Cologne by Telly Mugler. You know what it is, that soapy orange blossom that's going to keep you going throughout those sweaty summer days. We've got Acqua di Gio's Essenza, as is a vintage bottle here, 4.2 ounce. You can see we're using it up slowly but surely, but if you don't know what it is, it's that more mature Acqua di Gio with salt water.
Lots of salt water.
Lots of salt water, real good. We've got Hermes Eau de Orange Vert, which is just orange. I mean, it's more complicated than that, but pretty much just orange. It doesn't last for shit, though. You know what it
That
is.
concludes the greens.
That concludes the greens. So we go down here. We have got a new acquisition here, MDCI's Invasion Barbare. You can tell we got it pretty used.
We're pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, that's a beautiful fougere there, just like this beautiful fougere, Lalique Pour Homme, one of our first reviews, throwing it back here, that lion. Then we've got Cartier's Declaration, which is a really amazing kind of sweaty BO fragrance for the spring and summer. Really amazing. Jess loves that one.
I do.
We have got Al Rahab's Safa, which is the Band-Aid of the ouds, the cheap-ass ouds. But this is really an amazing rose oud combo.
It's a really interesting... We have nothing like it in our collection, that's for sure.
I don't think we've really smelled too much like it to date either. I think it's an amazing rose that you can have for real cheap.
Yep.
Real good stuff. We've got a mini of Jaipur Homme by Boucheron there. Really amazing benzoin fragrance. I'll probably get a full bottle of that eventually. And this one's a really weird oddity here. This is Essenza de Cortona, original eau de parfum Uomo. My dad got this for me in Italy in a shop where they hand make perfume.
It's weird.
It's really interesting. I would say it smells a lot like Prada L'Homme, except with the iris replaced with a rose, and instead of a citrusy opening, you get kind of a peppery opening. But really interesting shit. Over here, we've got Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Masculine Pluriel. This one is vetiver and lavender to the extreme. We've got Prada L'Homme here. Simply one of the most gorgeous iris fragrances for men. It's a designer house, obviously, but this one's a lot like Dior Homme, intense, just really a masterpiece in its own right. Back here we have got Histoire de Parfum 1725.
Also known as Casanova.
Also known as Casanova. A lot like its dear friend over here, Invasion Barbare. But obviously the notes play themselves out way differently. I don't think... This is one of those instances where people kept saying these fragrances are clones of each other. And I kind of stopped believing in clones overall. Things can smell a lot like other fragrances. But these ones here really help differentiate that for me. So this is where some of the favorites are housed, such as my main man here, Xerjoff's Neo. This is...
The bottle's still awesome. It's
amazing.
great. Yeah.
This is the greatest Neroli fragrance you'll ever smell, guaranteed. Back here we've got Bentley for Men Intense. Who knew that car manufacturers would start owning the fragrance game? But this guy is really unique, boozy, woody fragrance, really great for the autumn. That's going to be coming our way here shortly. We've got Histoire de Parfums, Ombre 114. This guy smells like a lot in its own league of the powdery sweet ambers that kind of go hand in hand with resins and vanillas, but this one's really just, you know, a champion of the genre. It's simply amazing. Over here we've got Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Lumière Noire Pour Homme. This is a really sweet rose fragrance with patchouli and a bunch of spices up front. Coincidentally, this is the wedding fragrance there.
Yeah, buddy.
Over here, we've got another favorite. This is Naomi Goodser's Bois d'Assesse.
Campfire in a bottle.
Campfire in a bottle. Whiskey in a bottle. You just replace this with whiskey. It'll be the same thing. The best fall fragrance by far, in my opinion. Back here, you're seeing an old one. I'm sure a lot of you are asking, why the fuck do you still have that around?
This is great.
In the rest of the collection. Yeah, Cannon's Norwegian Wood. This is like a $10, $15 fragrance.
It's one of our favorites.
Yeah, it's a sweet sandalwood fragrance. It's really clean, very elegant. Man, as an eau de cologne, you know, Hermes, Eau d'Orange Vert, all that shit can get out of here. This thing is amazing. If somebody made a niche version of this that lasted forever, I'd be on it forever. Yeah. Plus, such a cool bottle design for such a cheap-ass fragrance. It's going to be around forever. Next up, we've got the one everybody knows, Terre d'Hermes by Hermes. It's a dirty orange with vetiver. You get mineral notes out of here that will... in your journey later on down the line, be amplified and horrified through bat by zoologists. Over here we've got Guerlain's Heritage, and again missing the cap because I suck at life, but this guy is a lot like Davidoff's Zeno, only more refined in pretty much every category. This is a must-have for any fragrance enthusiast who likes masculine fragrances. We've got L'Octane's Eau de Beau. This is cypress and vanilla. Simply amazing, one of the best vanillas, and can be had for quite cheap. We've got this guy, another cheapo, which stands the test of the great purging of 2016. Insurrection 2 Wild. This is a tobacco, a sweetened tobacco fragrance. Really good stuff. Really smells like a really high quality cigar, despite the fact that a high quality cigar probably costs more than that bottle. Over here you've got MFK's Absolute Pour Le Soir.
Which is an interesting story because one of our first videos was us saying we would never get this. And now we have a giant bottle of it.
And that's our fragrance journey pretty much in a bottle. We've gone from 0 to 100. We're going crazy. Absolute Pour Le Soir, that dirty pissy honey.
Yep.
Amazing. We've got a bottle of Dior Homme Intense. This is the Iris fragrance for all your evening needs. This is gentlemanly in a bottle, or gentlemanness.
Ugh.
Over here we've got Jess's favorite perfume. This is Shamamat Al Amber by Al Rahab. This is a really candied saffron. It's a rollerball here that is somewhat hard to find. We've done a video on this guy too.
No one really seems to know much about it.
And nobody seems to like it, except for me. I'm like the only person who cares about it. We've got Dolce & Gabbana's the original fragrance there. This is a vintage bottle of this guy, too. It's that amber, tobacco, kind of grapefruit. Really, really nice, as far as designer releases go, really nice date night fragrance in a bottle. Over here we've got Tom Ford for Men Extreme. This is...
Our faces.
Our faces, look at that. So anyways, this is black truffles and leather. Very interesting. It's definitely got a mushroom note to it. That's the truffle coming through. It's a really interesting fragrance. But yeah, we might come to that one a little later on down the line. So this guy, you can see the name here. It's by our good pals over at Matre Parfumes et Gantier. This is really interesting bay leaf, orris root, incense. You see I'm missing my my crown jewel at the top of my bottle. Such a shame. But anyways, yeah, really interesting incense fragrance. Smell like a spice rack that has been lit ablaze. And over here we've got some nice old gas station. Some Dior Fahrenheit here. Really interesting violet leather combo. Really interesting shit. Let's get back here. We've got our pal Club de Nuit Intense Man. This is the Aventus Smell-alike, if you please. You can see this ugly ass bottle. It smells like it's got a really sharp lemony beginning. Kind of smells like smoky fruit after that. Vagueness. I wouldn't say it necessarily smells pineapple-y, but you know what it do. Over here we've got by Kilian's Incense Oud. It's rose and incense. Really amazing stuff. The guy that really started it all off for me back here, Lalique's Encre Noir, Vetiver, Earth, black ink, interestingness. Over here we've got Acqua di Parma, Colonia Essenza, really nice herbal.
Cologne, like a traditional
Italian herbal cologne, yeah.
It's good stuff.
Really good stuff. She loves it every time we pop that bad boy out.
Yep.
Back here we've got a vintage bottle of YSL's Body Kuros. You can tell because it's got that weird shoulder butt looking thing there. Really weird bottle, but really amazing juice. This is another benzoin eucalyptus incense smelling fragrance. Smells like an indoor pool, kind of at late at night, where maybe someone has left some precious resins. I don't know, it's weird. Versace Oud Noir. This one is a tamed oud with woods.
And this was our first stop on our oud journey video.
Yeah, it sure was. Go check that one out. Over here we've got Guerlain Homme Intense. I don't know, summery boozy fragrance. That's what I'll call it.
Perfect.
Pretty nice. Over here you've got the King by himself. Smoke for the Soul by Kilian. This is
green leaf tobacco.
Green leaf tobacco from the heavens. It's simply amazing. Simply the greatest thing. Nobody else seems to care for that one either. This one is Noir Premier Lalique 1905, otherwise known as Telles Aromatiques. This one is lavender, pineapple, birch tar. Really, really cool stuff. We discovered that one in Chicago. It kind of became a honeymoon-ish scent to us. Over here, down here, we've got a line of Tom Fords. We've got tons of little samples or decants or whatever you want to call them. Here we've got, let me see if we can get that in focus. Here we've got Plum Japonais. It's a really beautiful kind of bubblegummy plum fragrance. Over here we have Oud Wood, which is, some tame oud with some woodsy notes. We've got the King Tobacco Vanille. Smells like a Yankee candle. Over here we've got Noir de Noir, the classical structure of a lot of quote-unquote dark or evening menswear. We've got Tuscan leather over here. That's that cocaine smelling or leather. Not
like
that,
a brick?
Not that we would know anything about that. This is Cafe Rose over here.
I forgot we had that one.
Yeah, which is a nice, supposedly coffee rose fragrance, which I don't really get the coffee note out of there. And then this unlabeled mystery over here is Oud Mineral, which is their newest fragrance in the exclusive collection there, or the private blend collection, as Tom Ford tries to differentiate his brand. This is a salty, questionable oud. Very weird, very strange shit. So then, as we close this guy, so then we go on over here. These are the fragrances that I am looking at getting rid of. Okay, so over in the back corner, we have got Cuba Prestige. This guy smells awful close to Terry Mugler's Amen. It's birch tar, kind of a chocolatey, smoky endeavor. Whoa. Over here, you've got Lalique's White. This is the 4.2 ounce bottle. This is a really great summer fragrance, honestly. Only reason I'm even looking to swap it is that it just doesn't seem to last on my skin here. And I might replace it with something similar in the same vein, maybe the one from the Histoire de Parfum line, or Alexander J's La Royale, maybe something like that. Over here we've got Giordacci number 13. It's a imposter. They call it, by their own admission here, it's their version of Polo by Ralph Lauren. Yeah, kind of just pininess in a bottle. Over here we've got Bulgari. This is Bulgari Man Extreme. This is the All Blacks limited edition, which just means it looks kind of tattooy.
It's a cool looking bottle.
It's a cool looking bottle, and it's got some different fragrant notes. Cactus is supposedly the prime note in this bad boy there. We've got Hommage à l'Homme by Lalique. This is a violet and oud combo. Really good stuff. Again, also looking to get rid of this one because violet is not my favorite note in the game, and I am pretty alright with right now just Fahrenheit being my main violet game. Yeah. Back here we've got Adam Levine for men. This
is
grapefruit lemongrass. Actually really good for the morning. It actually lasts quite a while. This is a really energizing fragrance in my opinion. I actually like it quite a bit. We've got Salvador Dali Pour Homme.
It's grown on us.
EDT. It's grown a lot on us. This is really interesting. I would call it a men's Chypre. People have debated with me, saying men cannot have Chypres unto themselves. And I say, fuck you, that's what this is. It's a really dark, mysterious patchouli fragrance. Really interesting. We've got Serge Lutens' Laine de Verre. This one actually has grown on me a little bit after trying things like Chanel's number 5, but really just still very hard for me to get through. So that's why we are,
grass woolly.
Yeah, wool glass. You know what it is. And over here we have got a brand new it's still in its cellophane wrapping, Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Grand Soir EDP 2.4 ounce. This guy is tonka bean and amber for days. You can spray this on a little piece of paper, and it'll last forever. It truly will. I just don't like tonka bean, so I can't do it. Got a little sample, the bottle there, so I could test it out, and turns out I don't like it. So that is the collection here, everybody. You can tell, like we both have said many times here, that it has changed a ton from where we've started. From our humble beginnings in perfume exploring, we have come quite a ways, and we are going to continue quite a ways here into next year, when you will see this collection probably having gone through significant transformation once more.
Woohoo!
Thanks a bunch for coming along again with us, guys, and we will see you on the start of the next video, which will
begin season 2.
begin season 2.